Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. These are your messages for November. Let's have a look what we have coming up for you. The very first card that we have as your underlying energy is the Seven of Wands. Okay, so a bit of a defensive energy coming up for you right off the bat. Yes, it's defensive. We see this guy up there and he's kind of fending off those six wands that are coming up at him. He has the seventh one in his hands. It does show that you're things might be coming at you from every angle at the moment. You're fighting it off though, but you have the higher ground. This guy has the higher ground, right? So this card does say there's nothing to show that you won't succeed. You know, if something's testing you at this time, there's nothing to show that you won't succeed. It also shows that, the reason he's able to stand there and defend, his position is because he knows what he stands for. So there is a sense with this card that you know what you stand for. You know what you're defending. That's an important thing to understand with this card. It's not just about fending things off willy-nilly. You are defending something. That's why it's a defensive energy. This may be a relationship. This might be your position at work. It could be whatever it is. But it's something that you stand for. Something that you stand for. And you have to know what you stand for to fight, to defend it, right? Now, we'll see how that plays out. Because we have a few, I don't know, you'll have to let me know how these kind of work out in your own specific situations. Because, okay, we have that defensive energy, but then at the heart of your reading, we have the Six of Cups. Are you defending something to do with the past or because of the past? Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It's about looking back. It can be a situation from the past. It can be a person from the past. Memories of the past. Like I said, it's nostalgia. When we think back to the past, though, this is, even if they're painful memories, they become less painful with the Six of Cups. It's when we look back, sometimes with our rose-tinted glasses on and think, oh, that was kind of a nicer time. There is a sense of a return to innocence with this card. That's what I always say, like more innocent times. Sometimes when we've been through traumatic circumstances, something difficult has happened in our lives. And the Six of Cups shows up. It's when we're yearning for a time, before all the trauma. Before all the difficulties came up, we yearn for that time. And this is at the heart of your reading. So that's significant. That is significant. It can, like I said, indicate someone that comes back from the past, a situation that returns from the past. It is a card it's a card of nostalgia. So before people start worrying about evil exes coming back, this is not that. These are pleasant memories. These are more innocent memories. We always see like two children. There's an exchange here. One's giving a gift to the other one. It's almost like the gift of the past. That's how I see this card. Like it's a gift of the past. So why would you be defensive about this? Are you, trying to defend something that you did in the past? Like it's coming back now? If this is someone from the past, when I say someone from the past, it can be someone that we meet now, a new person that reminds us of a situation from the past. So imagine you meet someone new, something about them reminds you of an ex, and that might be what's got you kind of defensive. But it doesn't look bad, even if it is someone that reminds you of the past, or, some situation that you're in at the moment that reminds you of the past. It's the Six of Cups. So it's probably not as difficult. Well, it's not going to be the same as the past situation, that's for sure. But something about it may remind you of that, and that might get you kind of, get you being all defensive, defending something. It's strange though, because look, what we have coming up is a past energy. And I usually like to look at the past, especially when the Six of Cups comes up. Here we have the Four of Cups. Now, this is a card of being stuck, a card of apathy. Well, there's no options here options that we don't really like. Everything looks the same. All we're focused on is these three cups here. And it's almost like, they're all the same old. That's the kind of feeling here. Now, this card can mean a few things. First of all, can be an offer of love that someone doesn't accept. This guy doesn't even see it. All he can see is this, and it's got him very dejected, arms crossed, legs crossed, defensive position here as well. And he thinks all he has is this, like more of the same. But there's a divine gift. And this cup always represents the Ace of Cups to me. New love, new happiness, a new cycle beginning. So it's coming in like either this person doesn't see it or they don't accept it. They refuse to take it because they think it's more of the same, but it isn't. Something different. So now if we have the Six of Cups coming up with this, was there an offer of love made in the past? You know, there was an offer on the table and someone didn't accept it, but now it's coming up again. That question's come up again. Maybe that person now realizes, whether it's you, whether it's the other person, it is a general reading. If it's someone else, you may now be feeling defensive, thinking, well, you know, that was a long time ago. How come you're accepting it now? Or if it's not this, if it's not that, maybe you're thinking back to a time when, you know, this happened, even if it's a new situation. But this is when you were stuck. And this can often represent something, you know, we wish for something, we wish for this, but we don't think we're going to get it. This is our wish, this is our love, that happiness, our chance at happiness that we want, but we don't believe it will happen. That's why we only focus on this, because we think that's all we have available to us. But there's something to do with this. There's something to do with this past situation. Thinking back to this past situation, it's got you being defensive, but we have the Knight of Pentacles coming up in the present. Now, Knights always represent progress and movement. Now, this is the slowest moving knight. He's very slow. Why is he so slow? Not because he's lazy, not because there's anything wrong with him. It's because he's very diligent. He makes sure, you know, he moves at maybe at a slow pace, but he gets the job done. He sees the job through to the end. There's something about this. It's telling me that, you know, whatever this was, and a chance at happiness. Now, this doesn't just have to be love. This can be in work, right? A job offer that we thought we'd missed out on, or and within a family, a relationship, a friendship. There's something that was offered, or some chance of happiness that we kind of missed out on, or we offered someone else and maybe we thought they didn't accept it. But it feels with the Knight of Pentacles in the present that it's slowly coming towards you. Like I said, this is a slow moving knight. Now, this can be you, right? This could be you slowly moving on. You're now working on something new. I'm not really getting that, because we've got this Knight of Pentacles here. We've got this defensive energy here. I mean, if it is you, if that is the case, if this is your energy, this Knight of Pentacles, and you're kind of slow, this is taking baby steps. If someone's come back or situations arisen, you're taking it slowly. And I don't think that's a bad thing, especially if you're feeling like this. Gives you time to figure out what you stand for, gives you time to understand, you know, what it is that you want out of this situation. This is paying attention to the details. And it does feel like whatever's happening right now, I mean, there's two stories here, right? One is that something's come back from the past, or some situations arisen that reminds you of the past. And you're now thinking, well, you know, is this, you know, you're uncertain about it because it reminds you of the past. So you're defensive and you want to take it slowly. But the other energy, the other kind of message here, it could be that it's urging you to take it slowly. That just because something reminds you of the past is the flip side of that. Just because it reminds you of something of the past. Because don't forget, Six of Cups can mean wearing rose-tinted glasses. Just because it reminds you of the past doesn't mean that it is like that. Things have changed. You might be remembering the situation differently from how it happened. So there is a kind of cautious energy there. But, you know, there's still going to be progress and movement when the Knight of Pentacles shows up. Now, if you guys are waiting for the acceptance of that offer, or, you know, there is an offer here on the table, don't write off that person just yet. Or don't write off the fact that they, you know, if it might not be the same person, it might not be exactly that offer, even if it's a job or a hobby or a project or whatever it is. Feels like it's slowly moving towards you with this Knight of Pentacles. And if there's someone else that you're dealing with, it may be an earth sign, someone that has those energies. That would be Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. But yeah, it's slowly coming towards you, because this, if you look at him, he's moving towards the future. And what do we have coming up in the future? Well, here we have the Page of Pentacles. So it looks like it's going backwards, because we have the Knight here and we have the Page here, right? But the Knight represents movement to me. This represents an offer. This is what this card represents, an offer to me. And it feels like it's more tangible than this. It feels like it's more tangible than this offer. Because this was, cups are emotions. This is what makes us feel good, or, you know, makes us feel some emotion. This pentacle here. Pentacles are always practical, and this pentacle, it represents something of value, something that offers you stability, security, support, you know, all of those wonderful things, tangible things that pentacles represent. I say this every time, I've seen the pentacle in this Page of Pentacles represent an engagement ring, a house contract, a contract for a new job. It's something that's going to offer you stability. And it's that security you're looking for. And it offers commitment. Pentacles, especially in relationships, they're very good. Like, people look out for cups for the emotional satisfaction, or wands for the passion. Pentacles energy, it's slow energy, yes, but it's stable energy, and it's very grounded energy. Anything built with pentacles energy, earth energy, has the potential to stand the test of time. So this is a solid offer that's coming in. Could be even better than this, better than what was on the table before. But it feels like the two are connected. The two are connected, but because of these two. Now, I'm not going to lie, and I don't usually like saying this. If you watch my videos for a while, you know I don't like saying stuff like this because people freak out. And I don't like to give people false hope as well. Or scare them and frighten them that people from the past are coming back. This is the past. This is something from the past, someone from the past, memories of the past. And this is commitment. So it could, for very few of you, represent someone from the past coming back to offer commitment. But it's not out of the blue. It's not out of the blue. There's no shocks here. There's no surprises here. Because we have this Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles are always tangible things that we can see. So it's kind of, you've known about this person, or you know what's going on here. I'm still getting kind of, just be very cautious. Just take it easy, take it slow. This is solid when it comes into the future. At the moment, maybe not, because it's kind of slowly, this person's still either working towards something. It could be you. If you're working towards a job offer, it's not, nothing's like in the bag just yet. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that Seven of Wands there. It feels like there's some kind of like testing situation that comes up first. But yeah, in the future, this is solid. This Page of Pentacles is a solid offer of commitment. So what's the advice here? Well, you have a Major Arcana card. It's the only Major Arcana card that comes up in your spread. But what a Major Arcana card it is. Here we have Judgment. Now, Judgment it's a card of transformation. It's also a card of second chances. So we do have the Six of Cups there as a past energy. This is rebirth. This is renewal. This is transformation. Phoenix rising up from the ashes. All of those wonderful things that us readers love to say about this card. And yet what so many of us don't say is how brutal the energy is of the Judgment card. It is brutal. It's brutal. This is that energy that has you, I say this, has you down on your knees, shouting up to God, crying up to God, saying, I can't take anymore. That's where this card takes you. It's that kind of transformation. It's a dark night of the soul. So for some of you, that's what this situation is causing. And that's why I feel like you're being urged to take it slowly. If this is you, it's urging you to take it slowly. Pay attention to the details. Go slowly, because the whole point of this, the whole point of Judgment is it's a review. It's a review, right? I mean, it works out good. I mean, it's one of my favorite cards. I love this card. It's the card for Pluto. I have a slight obsession with Pluto, but you know, if you look at this card, we see the dead are rising up from their graves. So they have a second chance at life. They have a new life that's coming in. They're born again. Renewed hope. I do love the energy of this, but it's at different stages. When you go through the initial transformation stage, that stage is not easy. We say the phoenix rising up from the ashes. Well, it rises up from the ashes because it got burnt to a cinder. So, you know, even these people, they had to die first, right, to be reborn. Yes, they've got a great new second chance at life. And this angel's here, you know, calling the dead up from their graves. But the thing I will say about Judgment is that it's the review. That's what it talks about. You look back. There is this whole sense with the Six of Cups that the Four of Cups is actually sat above Judgment. You know, if someone's coming back now and they're offering you something, please be sure to ask them, well, why didn't you accept this in the past? If it's the same person, make sure you kind of clear the air and get everything kind of laid out on the table. And be aware, Leo, it's a general reading. So this can work both ways. Somebody might have that question for you. If you're now ready to commit to someone, be prepared for that question. Why now? And it might be because of judgment, because there's been transformation. If this is someone else that's coming in, trust me, if they've gone through this energy and it looks like something major has changed to get from the Four of Cups to this, and judgment is just the energy to get that done, to get that job done. So this is review, this is looking back. That's what judgment indicates. And when we look back, we see all the faults, we see all the mistakes we've made, all the mistakes other people have made. But that's where forgiveness comes in. And forgiveness is the F word. No one likes forgiveness. This is where I get all those comments about, I will never forgive him, I will never forgive her for doing blah, blah, blah. But you don't forgive for that other person, and you don't forgive because, you're condoning what they did. It's not about that. It's about freeing yourself. Now, understand it's not as easy as just clicking your fingers and, saying, you're forgiven, off you go. It's not that easy. That's why it's difficult. It's a transformation. But when you get there, it's liberating, because then you're freed from the past. You take away whatever lessons you learned, and you can now face your future without fear, and you can go forward. Let's have a look what's coming up from the oracle cards for you guys. Right. See, this is why this guy's slow. We have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Now, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong here. That doesn't mean that. But this is what he would do. He goes slowly because he makes sure every step of the way is correctly taken. Like every step is deliberately taken. All the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. This is before you kind of accept any offers, just make sure you really pay attention to the details. Both of these cards are about paying attention to the details. Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. It seems like a solid offer, but just if you're being cautioned, take heed. This card also talks about when you pay attention to the red flags, it doesn't necessarily mean that, it's the wrong thing for you, that you say no. You might just have to hash out some things. You might have to say something, especially if it's like a job offer or something like that. It's asking you to look at it, to pay attention to what's going on here. If you're being offered something and it looks too good to be true, just make sure that, you pay attention. We have coming up next, number 33, appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So, in the past, it could be to do with this, because this is an opportunity to find love, and love's being offered here, but it wasn't taken. So, why is it saying pay attention to the red flags? It could be that, you're not appreciating the moment that you're in, that maybe you're really, or not just you, that someone else is willing to write off the situation, to write off what happened. They might just think, oh no, not again, I'm not doing it. But it's telling you, like, pay attention to the red flags. So that means both good and bad. Sorry about that, Leo. I had to pause it because I was so close to having a coughing fit right in the middle of your video. So yeah, appreciate this moment. Like, this is about being mindful of the moment. Looking at where you are right now. You're not in the same place that you were. It's about being very much in the present. Who is the other person now? What is this offer now? Who are you now? Do you still want the same offer? And then we have number 38, to be fair. This is like the Justice card. This is fairness. This is balance. This is cause and effect. Like, oh God, I can't even see this clearly. Hopefully you can see it clearly on the side there. But it's asking you to be fair. Like, you may have to be fair to someone. Even judgment. It can be a judgment that needs to be made. If someone's coming back with an apology, do you accept the apology? Even if you accept the apology, doesn't mean you have to accept them. And it's also you, like, you have to be fair. And it's also asking for fairness, that if you want fairness in return. But it's like justice. It's that fairness, balance, compassion, having compassion for someone. And be fair to yourself, like before anyone else. Be fair to yourself. It could be like, not just, like I said, you asking for fairness. Somebody else could be coming back to apologize to you, and you have to decide what you do then. There's more kind of compassion called from you with the High Lady of Love and Compassion. And her keywords are reverence, kindness, and consideration. Now, what she says is she asks you to focus on love. You know, love is the law. It asks you to love unconditionally. And that's not just other people, it's yourself too, right? So have that love, be in love, vibrate with love, come from a place of love. And it says it will be returned to you. The love and compassion that you show, it will be shown to you. Now, this card's been coming up a lot. I think this card's come up the most out of the Oracle cards. I'm trying to think who else got this. I think Sagittarius got this, and Cancer might have gotten this right before you as well. So I know those two got this. But yeah, it's asking you, if you kind of feel like you don't know what's going on, if you feel this, if you feel like things are coming at you from every angle, be in your love, like defend yourself, love yourself, show compassion and kindness to yourself first, and then you will be able to know. I mean, think about it. When you have love and compassion for someone, you want the best for them, right? And it's kind of asking you that. Have love and compassion. And as much as this is a card of being defensive, we don't actually see any people. All we see are these 6 wands. So figure out what the threat really is to you. If you're coming from fears, or if, there really is a threat here in this situation. That's what I think is like, pay attention to the red flags. It's asking you just take a beat, take a moment, figure out what's going on, be like the Knight of Pentacles. It looks good. I mean, you have a solid offer coming in the future. It just feels like either you or the other person, or both of you, have gone through hell to get here.